Okay, so I'm working the waffle weave and I wanted to put in a border, and I know some of you have had a bit of trouble with this because it's one particular shed that causes trouble with the border. So I'm going to show you my workaround. It's not perfect, but it is a workaround. So we start out, this is the waffle weave sequence that you can see on YouTube or on Teachable as well. That starts out with heddle up, so I'm going to weave that, and I've got the pickup stick already inserted at the back, and then I go into the up shed again. I'm just going to leave that down so I can show you what I'm doing with the pickup. So what I did was, the pickup is 2-2, so you can see the 2-2 pairs here in the middle. I'm almost at the end of my warp here as well, so if they look a bit gappy and weird, that's why. But I also wanted some border threads on either side. So on one side I've got 6 border threads, on the other side I've got 7 because I had an uneven number of warp threads. But you can see those guys there, that's the 6 and that's the 7 there. So to pick those up, basically I went into the down shed and I went straight into the down shed at the back to pick up these ones, and then I started my 2-2 sequence. So there's 2 down there, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, and so on across to the other side where I started my border sequence again. So let's go back into that up shed where we're up to in the weaving sequence. It's a 6-step weaving sequence, and it's the second step, which is heddle up and pick up stick forward, that creates all the problems for your borders. So let's have a look at what the problem is. So I've got my heddle in up. I bring my pickup stick forward, and what happens is it brings all of the border threads up as well, which means we have no shed for our border threads. So underneath, let's have a look at that, you can see our lovely shed here that our pickup has created, no problems at all. But as for the border, it's closed. So my way around that is, I'm going to show you flat first and then I'll show you from the side. When I'm bringing the pickup stick forward, I can see these threads coming up. I'm going to go around the edge thread first. So I'm going to come up from the bottom and make that wrap around the edge so that I've got something to hold on to. Okay, so bringing the pickup stick forward, I'm entering the shed before it closes, then I'm closing the shed to open up the pickup, going underneath, and as I get to the other side where my border is, I'm going to reopen it to let that stick through. Now when I beat, I have my proper pickup. So now I can go into the next shed, which is heddle down, and complete the rest of the steps of this waffle weave. Then heddle up, then I've got heddle neutral and my pickup stick, and then I've got heddle up again. Now I can try for my heddle up and pick up flat again, and I'm going to try and show you a little more from the side this time, if this is going to work out. So first of all, I will be going around my edge thread, so that just to ensure that that catches and doesn't pull back into the shed. Now I'm going to start to bring the pickup stick forward, but I'm going to enter my shuttle into the border shed before it closes. Then I'm going to continue to bring the pickup stick forward, and that gives me the shed underneath to go into. I come to the other side and my pickup is closed, but I'm going to reopen it. Let's see if we can see that there. Okay, there's the border threads reopened, and now I can get my shuttle through. Turn this back the right way again. and that's how I can work that shed. You do end up with two up sheds in the plain weave border this way, so that may be something that you want to think about, whether that appeals to you or not. But this is the workaround that I thought of, so that you could still do the waffle weave with a border. That's the down shed, then the up. Just trying to weave a little more so you can see the sequence. Up and then head on neutral, pick up stick on edge. And then finishing with head on up. Start to see that waffle weave forming here. Don't worry about that down there, that was something else that my daughter was working on. But the waffle weave sequence that we have here is starting to form, and you can see that there are those borders preserved by using that method. So I hope that helps somewhat. At least it should give you something to think about, something to consider, a different way of getting around a problem.